Hey, welcome to X31 Topic 3 Pundits. I'm Pundit number 1, John C. Dvorak. I'm here with Andrew Eisner and Joe Engo, and we're here to talk a little bit about Samsung and the smartphone business because they rolled out their new Galaxy S2.
They rolled it out in the U.S.
They rolled it out in the U.S. It's always been around every place but here.
Very popular in Europe and Asia.
Why?
Selling millions.
Why?
Because it's a very cool phone. I mean, it's a big Super AMOLED screen, dual-core processors, 8-megapixel camera, thinner than the current iPhone now. It's got a lot of the right stuff that, will help it compete with the current iPhone. The big question is whether or not it'll compete with the next iPhone.
Well, the next iPhone is definitely going to one-up it.
No, not necessarily. Already I'm hearing that it's only a 3.7-inch screen. I mean, so now all these guys that have 4.3 and even 4.5-inch screens are going to say, look at that puny little iPhone screen,
Yeah, but is it a Retina-style display, this new Samsung? What's the DPI?
No, it's not quite 336, whatever.
I don't know about that. I've been playing with both these phones, and I have a Nexus S, which is a Galaxy, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So I got the phone, and I got the Retina display. And so you play with the Retina display is not as bright as the AMOLED screen, which is pretty bright, and you can see it in the daylight, and it's easier to take pictures with. And when I first saw the Apple Retina display, I thought it was way better than their previous. I mean, it's pretty dynamite because you've got details that you can, wow, it's fantastic. It's not that much better in terms of that compared to a really bright, colorful screen, and because the colors I think are more vibrant on the AMOLED LED screens.
So anyway, but the news yesterday is Samsung announced that AT&T, T-Mobile, and Sprint will have the Galaxy S2. However, the big player that passed on the Galaxy S2 is Verizon, and the word is that they're bringing out the next generation, whatever Samsung, they call it the Samsung Droid Prime, which is so they think it's going to be the one of the
science fiction authors.
Well, they'll always have these cockamamie names anyway. I can't keep track of them, but the Droid Prime is going to apparently be the first smartphone that's running ice cream sandwich. Another great name for an operating system, but still, ice cream sandwich is coming out soon, and that's, I don't know what it doesn't have a lot that's different. It's supposedly integrating some of the
supposedly they're actually open source it compared to Honeycomb, and it's supposed to be one OS for the tablet and the phone, which is a big difference.
But in the market, I mean, everybody's sort of, all the Android players are sort of lining up their, the competitor to the iPhone 5, and even Windows has got something cooking with, I think they call it the HTC Omega or HTC Radar, which is the Mango phone, and so they're all
like a dinner at a cheap restaurant.
But the fact is, the winners are going to be Verizon and AT&T because they're going to have, now AT&T is going to have a very good competitor to the iPhone 5 and the Galaxy S2, and Verizon will have this Prime or whatever they call it. So basically, customers come in, you want an iPhone 5, fine. You want an Android, we got everything. So
there's rumor that the iPhone 5 might be coming to Sprint too.
Yeah,
it's a rumor.
Yeah, I've heard that too. But looking good.
Well, that brings us to T-Mobile. How come they are not on the ball with this iPhone 5 business?
Yeah, well, they were. Well, I mean, they were going to merge with AT&T until the DOJ came down on them this morning.
Yeah, which kind of screwed up a column I was writing this morning. I wrote this. There was a press release that came out about AT&T saying they're bringing 5,000 jobs back to the U.S. And so every magazine took and they couldn't cut and pasted this thing from their AT&T press release, and so I wrote a rant about AT&T being a company I don't care for. And then I was just, before I shipped it, I saw, well, this news article comes up about this, and and people out there should check it out. It's in PC Mag. I don't know when you see this show, but what's the date? The 31st of August. You should read this because you can try to figure out how I fixed it. I fixed the column by pigeonholing in this fact. So I said, if I stick the fact in here and say, despite.
There you go.
It was pretty funny because it saved the day and added a couple, about 100 words to the article. But I still think they're going to, obviously, in fact, I think it was mentioned in the lawsuit that or somebody mentioned in one of their press releases that AT&T's not giving up on this because of this.
No, of course not.
They're going
to fight hard for it.
They want to be Ma Bell again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which brings us to Warehouse 13. They may have an artifact. A couple of you get that. You've been watching X3.